Test, test. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. Last time we got... Oh, God. Did we get 3 or 4? We got 3 or 4 different endings. Well, different princesses. And this time, I believe we just have to get one more, and then the game will continue. Or
on a
finish.
path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I believe this is the very beginning of a run, so why don't we just skip to the actual cabin?
You make your way.
Now the question is, I know there are many princesses. I don't know if what we're doing is creating a... Like, are we creating a unique princess based on the princesses that we've accumulated? I don't know. Let's not take the plate. Why don't we say nothing and go down?
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh, we've seen this too.
Chain around her.
Oh, we can just go straight to looking at the chains. Alright, let's try that.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Skip. Oh, this is skippable. Let's see. If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe
Hey, Shrek. Hey, Frosty.
break the chains?
If there is an option to convince her that I'm also a princess, yes, I will.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
This seems new.
Make your way out of the basement.
This is old. Why don't we just go back down without checking the door? Because we know it's locked.
You make your way to the bottom of the...
Oh, we haven't tried to kill her here. But if we do save the princess... Let's do... I know this will be different. Let's try Slay.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
We're making a bad princess,
Drives her to the ground.
I think.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
I don't even know what I'm doing, lady.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
That's a lie.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to take.
Is she gonna eat my legs?
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
She's becoming a cat creature.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Yep, slay the princess.
Your nerves are seizing with pain. You know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
I feel like we've been here too, but I don't think we ever chose to just give up.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, The blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room.
It's just definitely becoming some sort of night creature.
Her shining eyes watch you,
Hey, come so Cornflakes.
unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
The Beast.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Go to the cabin.
A warning.
Oh, I wonder if we're gonna do the hunted this time.
She will lie. Does a cat
Yep.
lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Oh, are we going toward a new ending? I mean, they're all new to me.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
We have to check the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next... What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
Wipe it. It's gone. We look stupid.
There was a... and now it's gone.
But we have to try every time. I wonder if that is doing anything. Like, route-wise.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
We can try.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
It's, you know, I realize it's not really even on the table. It's like the very edge of the pommel is on the table. The rest of it should have fallen off.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
Alright, we going bear or lion or what are we doing?
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the
Panther?
princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
We're getting stalked, even though there's a chain and she's probably still chained.
You see
oh.
the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Oh.
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess.
We are fucked.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
No, that's rude.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
She's in chains, but I'm pretty sure that chain... I don't think that chain's attached to anything. Yeah, where? Where are we moving?
Anywhere.
Oh, I guess if it says explore, it's not going to affect anything. Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine.
Why not? Move. There's a shift in the
I lied.
and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger.
The word explore means nothing.
She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured.
Alright.
Guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark, caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you.
We got Kirby.
Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow
I mean,
work.
we have little claws. Can't we just start...
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
So did her mouth unhinge like a snake, or what?
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
Oh, she made me into a pelt?
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
No shit!
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison.
Oh, she's referring to the first time, not this time.
I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
It's weird that we took this long to even think about that. Actually, yeah. Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Yeah, talking is just gonna be bad. Fuck it, let's try to eat her back.
Like the cornered animal you are, you tear against the thick membranes of her stomach with every part of you that can be made sharp. Nails, claws, teeth, hands, feet.
Feet?
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
The pulling returns to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
I think she would die from the internal wounds, wouldn't she? Fuck it, keep going.
Again you tear, heart
I think because I didn't start, though.
ulcerating hands, a blur of feverish motion fueled by the desperation to fight against being reduced to lifeless molecules and meat.
I don't think I, if I wanted to actually do this successfully, I probably had to start as soon as I could. That's not great.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that was pleasant. Though wild. Let's, maybe we should bring the knife this time. Ooh.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
I got eaten.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up, the rest of you. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything,
Oh.
little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore.
Huh.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better? She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I guess that's it then.
Oh, hey, it's the Broken.
This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
Wow, there's a lot we can say here. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Jeez, calm down.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping. A heartbeat. Like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Oh.
Don't look at it!
Oh, okay. Jesus. You know what? Let's bury it. Let's just push whatever that is deep down.
You can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
Says you.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
This version of the princess seems rather nice compared to the other version that ate us. Yeah, turn inward and find your freedom. We embraced our transformation?
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about?
Yeah, that's weird, right?
This is all too much. Why can't we just let her do as she sees fit? She's the one who can handle being vast. It's not for us. It's not for me. You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
Well, isn't he being negative today?
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be. You just need to find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
Words aren't real. Fine, sure.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
Of course we do. To the ends of the earth.
The literal ends of the earth. I trust you. Find the way out. Not that we cannot trust her at this point.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness, flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now. I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it, and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
Ah, she's out. What is this representation of her going to be held up by? We never get the chance to answer her, and you turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. And there's that.
Approach the mirror.
This. I don't want.
We're gazing. You were nothing at all. I mean, except for this arm, I guess, but we don't talk about. Oh my god, we're just a bird now. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh. Let's see. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it?
The bird's
I
talking.
needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Several. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you, after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you? You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Alright.
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Wow, there's a lot here. So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I've met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Oh yeah, Commissar. I was thinking this, but there was just so much going on. This does feel like an ending that would make more sense had I already finished the game once before. But, yeah.
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm...
Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
He's very calm for all this happening to him. Why did you make her a princess?
I didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind could fathom. You chose for that something to be a princess.
Oh, that's my fault. Oh, okay. I chose to make her a princess. Why couldn't have I made things easier on myself and picked something small or weak like an ant or a slice of bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? Whatever you viewed her as needed to map on some level to what she was. You couldn't just pick something arbitrary and beneath you. I don't know why you settled on a princess specifically, but clearly a princess is what you wanted.
Alright.
Maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
No, he's not got many pieces left. Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
Oh, we ran out of questions, apparently. Death of the author. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her. You know what? I'm probably not going to kill her. This is like a rude way to put it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Thanks, Bird Dad. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. Narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. See the cabin one last time. We were getting so many fucking achievements. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh jeez, that's a lot of hands. Oh, look at them faces.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Okay, she does seem like a horror. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear a conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm a long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Are we gonna duel? What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I told you what was gonna happen, Slayer. No. So many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I mean, that's not what I wanted, but okay.
Nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I began? When we felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Hold that thought. The music is just so loud. There we go. Interesting. So we have to address each of the vessels we've put into her? Interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna save, just in case this is not at all a good thing to do. I'm curious what this one is. Address this vessel's statement directly. Oh, here we go. Curiosity comes second to doing the right thing. Someone else out there. See, I don't actually want to kill her. It'd be better if we could change her mind. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Yeah, I'm wondering what I'm going to say about this too.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
Oh, hey, that's when we got all fucked up when she took her mask off.
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
We could just thank her for doing that. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. Yeah, let's keep doing this. Continue to appeal to your shared humanity. This has always been just about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again. But we don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. You're letting a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Or are you just really bad with a knife?
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Yeah, let's just keep going this way. There can be love and conflict and beauty and ugliness between us without bringing the whole of reality into the picture. Hey, girl.
We are the whole of reality. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations,
You placed a shackle on your neck.
I mean, to be fair, it jumped on our neck, but you know.
Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
I'm just gonna keep going. We're not the whole of reality. Why won't you see me the way I still see you? Why won't you see me for what I am?
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine?
Oh, jeez.
Blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives. And yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
That's one way of putting it. Oh, I didn't notice, but this one's tinged a little red. This doesn't have to be so big. You can come back down to my level. You can come back to me.
Why would I stoop to your level when I'm offering you ascension to mine? It's so peaceful here. Beautiful. Eternal. But ever-changing.
As the clash between you abates, the princess withdraws, trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh shit, I got voices in my head. Oh yeah, which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Where's everyone else? I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. Seems like you've been doing alright on your own, but she's too many things at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get past all that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Let's do it. It would be interesting to do this by myself, but I mean, it's the voice. I mean, it's the voice of the hero. Come on.
Then let's go.
It's the beta.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Oh, look at the windows. There's a lot of them out there.
Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you.
Hey, Lel, how you doing?
Godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Yeah, things are getting weird. It's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin to me, for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
He's not as good as the narrator.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
We're just gonna go in the basement.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Literally failed forwards. I have been failing forwards. Do not trust my judgment.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail.
That's cute.
I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. There are a lot of options. Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Oh, that's a good one. So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, Hero works for me.
That's weird because there's a voice in my head called Hero.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, I stabbed you to death.
That's accurate.
Sure, you stabbed me first, but who cares? We both took things a little far.
You know, when she puts it like that...
It's so good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
These seem like they're all the same. Doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want.
You know what? Yeah, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
How the fuck are you not going to leave? What? Are you gonna be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Leave with the princess. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There's an energy in the silence, and an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. Top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension sees her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in a long and short existence. She's no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. Then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Are you ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
Aww. And then the big one kills us. And what happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. And that's Slay the Princess. We found an ending. I know there are many endings. We will not be seeing any more endings. I really like this game. I don't know if it's the best stream game. I like to be a little more involved with the game itself, but this is a phenomenal game, and I'm definitely going to play a lot of it off stream. Oh, there's 131 achievements in this game. There's a lot of different things you can do. A lot of different paths to take. Princesses to meet, princesses to kill. Yeah, crazy good game. Ah, that's cute. Finish the game. Good ending doesn't count. Thank you so much for playing, and as an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Oh, look at that. I guess that was the way I went through the game. Now that you've finished the full story for the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. You can access it from the main and in-game menus under the Memories tab, and it's full of clues that will help you find undiscovered vessels and interactions. Happy hunting. Join the Discord, join the mailing list, blah 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 blah. Play our other game? They have a different game. Oh, it opens Steam. They made a game called Scarlet Hollow, which is a visual not. Oh, it's not out yet. Oh. Oh wait, no. That's weird. It released in 2021, but it's early access. I'm just gonna add it to my wish list. But anyway, that is Slay the Princess. Now, after we have played an extremely well-told story with an incredibly polished experience, let's do something a little worse.